All right. Okay, thank you for the reminder. All right, again, so how many of you do you know that? Alisa, is it? Sorry, I got flu. Okay, so I want to recall, okay, that previous 2 weeks we had what special lecture, right? From industry, remember? So we have week 10, week 9 and week 10, correct? Did you remember or not? Because I will ask, did you see the screen now?
Yes.
The lesson plan, because I have to refresh, okay, with you, and I want to inform you that there is a certain week that I won't be able to continue the class, okay? So yeah, so now week 10, okay, I will refresh later on. And then we are now at the week 11, okay, and I want to remind you that you have to submit your report project by end of this week, okay, on Sunday is the last date on the midnight, okay. So please submit in the U Future platform, okay. Only one representative and you tick your team members, okay. Clear? That one, don't say that you don't know. Everyone clear?
Yes, madam.
Okay. And week 12 will be online class like today, okay, replacement on Friday again, because we'll be busy on the whole week, okay, because for the researcher from the UK coming visiting. And then afterwards I have to fly, okay, for 6 weeks. I will not be in I will not be I cannot entertain anymore the class, okay, for the even for the final exam also. So Dr. Noizati will take over, okay. So you have to join her class on week 13, okay. I will let you know when is the class, okay. But for sure it's online, okay, week 13 and week 14, okay, for the revision. Is it clear? Because on 15 January, I already fly. I have a 6-week training in India. Okay, so I won't be around. And I hope that your carry mark is ready during a study week. Okay, so that you can look at your what carry marks marks. I mean, you can see the marks, okay, by study week, I think. I hope. Okay. And then you have final exam, right? So the tips I will give you on WhatsApp. Okay. By the way, how was the test? Because I saw that many of you can't answer question 1. Is it easy or difficult? Class? I think your group, I think you have a issue for the test, I think, because your group is online. Maybe, I'm not sure. Is it because of that? How's the test class? And still many of you didn't know what is my name, okay. So I want to remind you that please take note that you know who is your lecturer's name. And I remind you, there is 2 lecturer the same name like me, Mazalina Muhammad, in this faculty, okay, in this school. So please make sure you know what is my name, full name, okay. Dr. Mazlina Zaira Muhammad, double M. Okay, please take note, I don't want during the final exam, I see that you still don't know what is your lecturer's name. Many of you during test, they don't know what is my name. Okay, class? Hello? Where is the 30 students here? Can you hear me? Class?
Yes.
Yes, madam.
So take note, okay? I feel upset when you don't know who is your lecturer. I know your class is many of you join only online class, but it doesn't mean that you don't know. Okay, so please take note. All right, so any questions before I ask you about the previous special lecture? Any questions? Clear about the project submission, about the lesson plan ongoing, okay? You will continue with the other lecturer until end of the semester about your carry marks and any other else that you want to ask? No. Okay. So we have a special lecture from 3 different speakers from industry. So which one you like the most? Have you attended or not? Have you attended the special lecture previous week? So which speaker that you like the most? Class? None of them. Seorang pun tak join ke? None of you join the special lecture? Make sure you take your attendance. Class, I'm asking everyone. Did you join the special lecture or not? Hello?
Join.
Join. Okay, so I'm asking you which are the speakers that you like the most? No answer? Hurry up. I'm keep waiting. There's 3 speakers. What class? Meaning you didn't pay attention and you don't know what is the special lecture about, is it? Because you don't know who is the speaker. So yeah, I will take note about your group, okay? Your class group. So seems none of you like aware of it. I suppose that maybe your group class Monday, I mean all of the group on Monday, you don't join, okay? You didn't join the special lecture. I will take note for this because none of you respond of it. Okay, I'm asking, so at least have a representative from all of you. We have how many students? 28 now. It's supposed to be 100, but only one of class. Okay, so you guys make me upset. Okay, I have no idea. Okay, even though online also no cooperation among you. What if physical? Okay. All right. So it's okay. Never mind. I hope that I won't see you guys again next semester. Okay. With your I mean your attitude. I mean, as a student, you must take a responsibility. I know it's maybe not all of you, but it seems like everyone because only less than 28 students. So it's really I really surprised with this. Okay. All right, so can you see the screen with the empty blank slide? Can you see it? Okay, so I want to refresh. Okay, I want to summarize a previous special lecture. with the dispute what and claims, claim and dispute. Okay, so how do you want to solve a dispute? Do you know what is a dispute? Can anyone respond to me? What is a dispute?
Yes, no, I know.
What is a dispute?
Like miscommunication between the parties.
Okay, is part of it. Okay, dispute is a conflict, okay, between two parties. So who is the parties?
Contractor, client.
Contractor and client. We are talking in this scope. All right. So good. Thank you. All right. So how to solve dispute? What is the approach? How many approach?
By arbitration, litigation, mediation, legal.
Okay. There is many approaches, right? So I want to show you. Okay. All right. It's not nice to draw. I think because I tried to make it, maybe can't. Okay. Yeah, it's better. All right. So I want to summarize with you about the dispute resolution stages. So I want to make a summary. So this one we call dispute resolution stages. Okay. So usually dispute is depends on the how complex is the conflicts. Okay. And also what is involved when we talk about the dispute to solve the dispute? It always incurred the what? Cost and what class? Time. Okay. So let's say there is in a construction project, there is a small issue, okay, to solve. Okay, they have a conflicts between two parties. So what is the first approach you have to do to resolve the dispute? What is the first approach? This is the first thing that we go for this solution rather than other approach. The first step, which one? We have informal and also formal dispute resolution. You know that? Informal and also
Formal.
okay. So what is the informal approach? Of course, then we go for the informal approach. So what is that? The
Mediation.
Arbitration.
the first one. Did we try to? Don't know? Oh, negotiate. Okay. The first step is we go for the negotiation. Negotiation meaning that they solve by themselves between contractor and also what?
Client.
With the client. Okay. Okay. So okay, next, if they cannot nego, what the next step they can do? If they cannot, what is that?
Mediation.
Mediation. Good. Okay. And next,
Consideration.
okay. So what is it? What is the mediation and conciliation? Okay, meaning that the first step they try to solve by themselves, but it won't. It won't. It doesn't work. Okay, and then they go for the mediation. Mediation means they have mediator. Okay, mediator is the third party who try to help them to solve the conflicts. Okay, to solve the dispute. Okay, so this third party, we talk to each party, okay, to solve the problem or issues. But they still can decide together, okay, but with the helps of the third party. How about the conciliation? Yeah, they have also the third party, but none of these party, I mean, they doesn't want to talk each other, and they won't solve together. Okay, they will listen what is the third party propose or suggest the solution or the recommendation to solve the dispute. Okay, and then if they cannot solve in this way, it become more complex, meaning that usually if really big issue or big dispute, they won't go for these approaches anymore, informal, and they go with what next? They have the RB, dispute resolution board. This one is for the big company. They have internal committee to settle these issues. Okay, so that one also consider under informal. What else they have for the formal one? If they cannot go for the informal, what is other approaches? Class?
Arbitration.
Arbitration. Good. Okay. And the last one?
Litigation.
Yes, litigation. Okay. All right. So these two are formal. Okay. Okay. And the rest are informal. Okay. You can see? All right. So these are the overall about dispute resolution approach. Okay. How they want to solve the dispute. So it depends on case by case. Okay. All right, so these two formal, okay, arbitration is already legal. Means that by document only, they didn't go to the court yet. But if they cannot solve with the arbitration, they have to go to the litigation, which is they have to bring this case to the court. Okay, so they have the rights. Okay, so this is how you want to solve the dispute. The first thing first, they try to negotiate. If cannot, then they go step far more upper, become informal, from informal to formal. Okay, so everyone clear about this? I just want to make a summary so that you already hear about the case study, I mean from the industry, and this is the I summarize in terms of the approaches of the dispute resolution stages. Okay, and please pay attention about it. It can be in your final exam, so please take note. Okay, don't say that you don't know. Those who are attend the class, they will, I mean, they're aware of it. Okay, those who are don't, then they don't know how to answer the final, then we might see you again. So be careful, huh? Okay, so a clear class? So this one usually it depends on what is the issues, okay? And what else I want to remind you about? Okay, so based on the dispute, usually in the construction industry, there is a common issue, okay? Have you heard about CPA 2012? Pernah dengar tak? You can see the screen, right? I will try to show you what is the CPA, so you will see. Okay, this for your knowledge, okay. Can everyone see it? Can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, you look at the SIPA here. SIPA is the Construction Industry Payment and Adjudication Act 2012. Okay, is a regulation. Okay, which is comes in after 2012. Meaning that the issues is related only payment. So you can see here dispute in the construction industry actually is a lot more about payment. So up until they have their own act, okay, to bring to this issue easily for the stakeholders who being have issue regarding the payment, so that they can bring to the court directly. Okay, they can there is a list of you can see what is all about payment claim. Okay, everything about the payment. Okay, there is so many lists about the payment. You can have a look here. What I want trying to say that, you see, SIPA construction dispute, payment is one of the key or the main issues. Sorry. Okay, so you can read this as your information. So for the dispute, like this one, there is a organization, special organization like a lawyer, but this one is the arbitrator or conciliator, mediator. They are the person who in charge for these issues, okay, for the construction project. So that's why you don't worry that you don't have to have a mind that we only can be an engineer. No, we also can be like this personnel, as a third party who can solve the dispute between stakeholders in a construction project. Okay, so this is also one of the job opportunity. Okay, they prefer the technical person who have a background engineer to become as this personnel, as an arbitrator or conciliator, because you know well what to fight for, because you understand about the construction industry. But if the lawyer, they don't know, so how they want to fight, right? So usually there is a person who establish a company to become a consultant as a dispute consultant. Okay, all right, clear class about the dispute and claims. So for the termination, okay, I want to ask, who can terminate a contract?
Client.
Only client? Only client can terminate?
Majority.
Majority. Contractor can terminate or not?
Yes.
Okay, contractor also can terminate a contract. So let's say if the contractor perform, okay, they do very well the work, the project. So the client can terminate the contractor or not? If the contractor perform, the client can terminate the contract or not? It's the questions. Can or not? Answer, class.
No.
The rest?
No.
Also answer no. Everyone answer no? Raise your hand. Who answer no? The client cannot terminate the contractor. Who answer this? Means no. Okay. No. The answer is yes. The client still can terminate the contractor, even though they perform well, because there is a clause that the contract can be terminated in any condition, meaning that the client have a rights, okay, because this is their project. If they doesn't want and they just terminate, it's nothing, okay, no harm for it, because they are the owner of the project. So they can terminate a contract. Okay, clear? Okay, and contractor usually will terminate a contract if there is a payment issue, that they won't get a payment from the client usually. All right. Okay, so clear. This I just want to brief about terminations. Okay. Can we go for the topic today? So our topic today is the contract modifications and change orders. So let me open the, where is it? Is there any slide? Our slide. Wait, So this I have a program next week, that one at DoubleTree Hilton for the research project. Okay, so can everyone see the screen, the slide?
Yes.
How many students? How can I check? Can I check? Okay, 36 only. Not many, Okay, so today, about this topic, I hope that you will understand on the contract modification and change order. Okay, this is the course outline. We will talk about the contract modifications and about change order and what is the difference between these two. Okay, so what is the contract modifications? Okay, if you look at here, contract modification is whenever the contract is already being signed, okay, and during the construction project running, there is a changes. Either the owner or the client make a changes, or is there any suggestion from the contractor to do a changes, but this proposal, they have to get agreement, approved by the client and also the consultant. Okay, if from the contractor suggestion, but if from the owner, usually from the client, they can do whatever they want. Okay, so but they still need to seek us from the contractor, either they can deliver or not. And also the contract modification, usually when they have any additional works or any remove works, okay, from the existing contract. So this is how the contract modification will happen. And usually the contract modification is just like amendment, amendment document that being added to the existing contract document. Okay. And characteristic, okay, it will be executed by the contract administrator, and also they must quote first, okay, the work before the additional work or whatever changes. They must quote a price first before they execute. Okay, otherwise, how the contractor want to do claim? Okay, all right, and then this contract modification is to make sure they avoid another creating a new cost, because the contract modification is just like the additional amendment document that will be attached together with the existing contract document. Okay, so what is the examples of the contract modification? Changes in owner furnish or client furnish materials or facilities. Okay, what does it mean? Example, okay, contoh. Let's say if the project as already decided they want to use the glass door, okay, and then suddenly the client said, oh, I want to change with the what, plastic door, okay, from glass door to the plastic door. Okay, we are talking about the big project, and we are not talking about the small project. If big project, imagine if they have 100 doors, okay, so of course it will incur a cost, right, and the stock of that material as well. So if they have this kind of changes, okay, also consider as a contract modification, meaning that they have to highlight in the what, in the contract, okay, as changes, okay, and they have to ask the contractor as well, okay, to confirm with the contractor that can we change this material and is it any other supplier, okay, and if the contractor can deliver the work, and then they will proceed with that changes, okay, they will discuss first, okay. So this is the example. All right. So imagine if the different price between these two doors, okay, different types of material, glass and also plastic. Maybe it costs a different like 100 ringgit maybe difference. So if you imagine times 100 doors, so how much? 100 times 100. So it's like 10,000. Okay, so 10,000 is differ from the previous cost, okay, so they must highlight this thing, okay. And then changes in the contract time or order of the work, okay. Example, how? Okay, for example, this one, let's say in 2020 they ran a project and then suddenly COVID, okay, there's a pandemic, you can't do the MCO about 3 months. So there is confirm a changes in the contract time. So from there is already have the contract modifications, okay, which is the project have to be done on the next extra 3 months, okay. So there is a different date completion from the existing, okay. And then correction of errors in plans or specifications. This one this one I also had experience, okay. I did a test, slab test, for Dash Highway, okay. There is a office building which is we did a slab test, okay, for that building, because that building after concreting all the wall are cracked, okay, cracked. So the client asked the the contractor to demolish the wall, and the consultant advised to do the slab test, okay, to see the deflection and to see is it the structure still safe or not to be occupied. So what happened? Why it's happened? Crack that one. I heard the rumors that there is a drawing that been prepared by the junior engineer and then signed by the senior engineer. But the thing is they are wrongly submit the drawing to the contractor, which is the draft version. It's not the final version. So do you know that the contractor, they don't know nothing about design. They just do whatever in a drawing. So it's not contractor mistake, it's a consultant mistake, okay, in this case. So what happened when they have to demolish, okay, and they have to replace with the other additional work to redo again, okay. So from the testing, of course, the finding is like less deflection, because it's just like an office building and they don't need much loading, okay, to be used, okay. So the other building, they already demolish and make it another approach construction method by using steel column and steel beam, and also use the prefabricate wall. So it will be the same with this existing, I mean the recent one that they asked us to check, you know, to do the test. So what happened is it's a one of the example correction of errors in the plans, because totally wrong drawing and they have to redo. Okay, so it can cause additional work. Okay, so for the contractor, they just do, if they ask to redo because of this one is a wrong drawing, it's not the mistake from the contractor. So in this case, who will bear the cost? Who bear the cost, class? In this case, who bear the cost for this case that I'm just talking about? Class, I'm asking. You won't listen what I'm talking about, right? If wrong drawing, errors, so siapa yang akan take responsibility? Contractor ke client?
Contractor.
How come? Just now I said it's not a mistake from the contractor. Takkan contractor yang kena bear the cost?
Client.
For this case, consultant mistakes, so it's a responsibility of the client. Okay, so the client have to bear the cost of the redo work, that one. Okay, all right, so changes in the method of construction. Okay, what is the method of construction, class? Can you give me example? What is the conventional construction method? How do you build the building? Apa construction method? Boleh siapa bagi jawapan? Is a common sense. Kalau you engineering student, civil engineering student, you must know what is the construction method. Cepat.
Yang client, consultant, contractor tu ke?
Bukan. Construction method. Macam mana you nak build the building? That is a construction method. Sorry?
Prefabrication.
Prefabricate is one of it. That one is a new technology. Okay. It's conventional. What they call?
Heavy in situ cast.
Yes, cast in situ. Good. Okay. This is what is the construction method. Okay. Make sure everyone know. I hope that nanti kan you all dekat side tak tahu apa benda. Cast in situ. Cast in situ is the conventional construction method, which is a commonly used. Okay, you concrete on the site. Okay, you make it a formwork, and then you concreting, and then you have to take off the formwork. Okay, this is a cast in situ. And another one, your friend just said, is a prefabricate. Is what technology? What they call it? What they call it as a prefabricate? Punya concrete dipanggil apa? Teknologi apa? Class. It's the famous. Macam Lego tu dipanggil apa? Semua orang tak tahu. Oh my god. What? Ya, apa?
IBS.
Yes, IBS. How come ni? Semua tak tahu. IBS, Industrialized Building System. Okay. If dekat China, dia boleh buat bangunan 50 tingkat dalam masa 12 hari. Because of the IBS. So, orang kata achievable, tak achievable. Possible So, it happen. You can Google YouTube. Tengok. Okay, China boleh buat building as fast as possible. Okay, because of this technology. So, if the changes in the construction method, of course, there is a different cost and time. Contoh, mula-mula contract, client dah decide nak buat cast in situ. Suddenly, when become to real progress, it takes too long time and they ask to change to the IBS. Okay, so do you think it can the same price or different? Which one is more expensive? IBS or conventional?
IBS.
IBS. And then how about the time? Which one is more shortened?
IBS.
Okay, so of course it will affect the contract. Okay, so this is the example. All right, so this is the form that they will use in order for them to highlight which one is the changes, what is the changes. So they must use this standard form, okay, form 30. This is the detailed continuous information. Okay, then there is a two types of modification. They have bilateral and also unilateral. Okay, kalau bilateral meaning that they assign from both contractor and also contract administrator, which is the client representative. Kalau unilateral, only the client sign. Okay. So kalau case macam ni, okay.
Aku lagi tu meeting. Aku tanya Alia, mana aku?
Bilateral or unilateral? Class.
Ha?
Kalau case macam ni,
Akak jumpa ni.
bilateral or unilateral?
Sebab apa ni nak jumpa lah tu. Tapi
Kan?
tengok macam minggu ni ada meeting, jumpa minggu ni. Abang
Kemarin
nak WhatsApp saya apa tu. Ada tengok minggu ni ada meeting lah, tak apa. Kita meeting. Terima kasih lah. Semua.
Okay. Alright, class. This one bilateral or unilateral? Cepatlah. Class. Can you hear me? Okay, bilateral tadi dia kena dapatkan 2 sign from the contractor and also the client. So this case, is it bilateral or unilateral? Hello? Ada orang ke tak ni?
Ada.
Jawab je lah, bilateral or unilateral?
Tak tahu.
Okay. Okay. Kakak jujur betul, tak tahu. Okay, so bilateral kan, okay, I nak differentiate between these two. Okay, there are the 2 types of contract modification. Maknanya once you need a changes, you must, okay, usually the client must ask the contractor either the contractor can deliver or not if it incur about the technical and it will affect the cost and time. This one usually they call as a bilateral contract modification. Faham tak? Dia kena ada 2 parti punya approval. Yes? Ya. Class. Replacement. Class. Replacement. Kenapa? Untuk meeting. Kenapa?
Diorang tunggu petang.
Masuk lah kejap.
Masuk di mana?
Tak kenal.
Face-to-face dengan mereka.
Allah. Teruknya. So, okay lah. Alright. And then, so if they cannot get approval from the contractor, meaning that they cannot proceed with the modification. Okay. So if unilateral, usually it involve about the what? Involved with the administrative change. For example, for the first contract document that they already agreed, and then suddenly the location in that contract document is wrongly named. Okay, so this one they don't need to ask the contractor. Okay, meaning that the contract administrator just can change. Okay, do the changes to the document without permission from the or asking from the contractor. This is example. Okay, so that's why only one parties. Okay, I mean the client only. Faham tak? Clear that one? Okay, so notification of the contract change must be in written form. Okay, all right, so meaning that the contractor have to receive, okay, the notification which is there is a changes that they have to deliver. Okay, and make sure when they want to do a changes, the client also must confirm that they have the fund. Otherwise, for example macam tadi nak yang tadi reduce the nak reduce the materials, okay, from glass to what, to the plastic door. Okay, so can reduce 10,000. But that one, if reduce is okay. But if from the plastic door to the glass door, and they have to add another 10,000, is there any fund? If there is a fund, then they can proceed. Okay, so any changes, they have to see the availability of funds if they want to increase the cost. Okay, so change order. Okay, what is the change order? Okay, change order is usually is the imagine you already modified the contract. Of course, they must have the additional work. So this additional work you have to do by having a change order. Okay, written form. Okay, which is this one is part of the contract modification process. Okay, and usually most of the large project, they have a lot of change order. Okay, so change order is along the construction progress. Okay, and it may alter the date of completion of project. It may alter the schedule of payment, total cost of the project, the plans and requirements of the project as well. Okay, so what is the component of change order? They must have a scope of work, change in price, change in time, signature, and also date of change. Okay, and they must know how long it takes for them to do the change order. 1 week ke? Okay, 2 weeks ke? How many days? They have to clearly state it. And when they start to do that. And what is the list of the scope of work? Okay. And this is the form for the change order. They have a specific one. And then the condition to issue the change order if the work performance is not going to be according to the contract document. If the plans and specification of the project is defective. Okay, if the method of performance is not proper, if the estimated cost of the project is not according to the contract agreement. So change order can be in many conditions, okay, in many issues. All right. So it doesn't mean no contract modification, tak ada change order. Once they can have the change order if they are not according to the existing contract document. Okay. Kalau ada contract modification, of course akan ada additional work. Okay, so that is for sure akan ada change order. Okay. So a common causes, kalau you tengok kat sini, it could be because of different site condition. Ini banyak case about the project because a site condition, you tak ada dekat site lagi, so you won't know how is the site condition in real. Okay, if you depends on the site investigation report, it doesn't mean it's 100% is correct. Okay, so once they comes into the site condition, baru they found out, oh, this foundation is not suitable for this site. Bila foundation design asal tak suit, dia nak kena design untuk foundation baru, it takes time, betul? So akan berlaku ada change order. And ada design change, okay? Regulatory agency changes, and then errors, omission, kita go through one by one, okay? So ni I cakap pasal site condition tu. Okay, condition different normal to expectation, and a type 1 condition different from a contract, okay? So it could be a many case for the site condition. All right. And then design change. Okay. Design change, for example, like before the project tak ada pool, swimming pool, and then suddenly the client nak ada pool. Bila ada design pool, kalau you nak construct, mesti ada design. You nak design macam mana? Nak rounded ke, nak square ke, rectangle ke, nak buat yang guna yang DIY ke, how? So they must have the additional design drawing for the pool. So there is a change, one of the design change, cost. Okay, and then errors of the plans. Okay, for example, like a drawing that I said, contoh you nak buat high rise building. Okay, kan ada facility floors yang ada swimming pool, yang ada gym tu. Okay, you imagine, usually the developer, they will build the facility floor is dekat atas level 7 or 8 or 10. Okay, so the thickness of the slab for each floors, is it sama dengan thickness facility floors tu? Sama ke? The size? For sure is more thicker than the other slab sebab dia ada extra loading. Betul? So, imagine if the drawing dekat situ dia show semua sama, including the facility floors. And then masa dekat site, dia found out the contractor ni ada yang pandai, dan dia tanyalah, is it correct the thickness of the slab sama dengan yang lain? Kalau dia dapat avoid before that, selamatlah, tak ada redo work. Kalau dia dah konkret, sekali tengok, kecil lah slab ni, I mean thickness dia tak tebal. Tapi dia follow the drawing. Okay. So, kalau drawing salah, means the client have to bear the cost lah. Kalau contractor yang tak tengok drawing tu, dia buat sama je size, even though in the drawing more thickness dia double or triple size, tapi dia buat juga sama, then they are the one who have to bear the cost. Okay, so this thing, it could be depends on the errors tu. Okay, alright, who is responsible. So it could be in that case. Okay, sometimes it looks simple, but it really means because when you talk about the design, it will look at the safety factor, okay, for the loading and so on. And then cost estimation, okay, maybe the first they estimate wrongly, so they might have to redo, or there is a change order that happen. Okay, and then change institute by regulatory agency. If you can see here, contoh macam building codes. Okay, before we guna BS, betul? And then now guna Euro code. Okay, kalau the project is involved during the transition of these building codes use, okay, maybe you kena redo. Okay, daripada BS kena redesign gunakan Euro code. Okay, dia ada different. BS I rasa last time is more over design. Okay, yang Eurocode is more optimum. Okay, so when this difference design, it can maybe reduce the cost. Okay, sebab maybe the size of the rebar selection is more optimum, and then the size and everything. Okay, so it will be a changes there. So it's part of the process also, change order. Alright, so change order procedure, usually they must go through this process, meaning that they must agree. Okay, either the client or contractor asking for the change order, they must go through the agreement with the price and also with the costs. Okay, at the end. Alright, if not, they cannot proceed. Okay, purpose of writing change order, of course, the change order must be in written because it's detailed. The client, the contractor know what to do. Okay, and it's stated about the payment, and also it helps for them to do a claims. Okay, and to avoid any dispute. All right, and it's a very clear terms. Okay, which is once there is a proper change order in written, so that the contractor will be able to deliver the change order. Okay, so there is two types of change orders. Okay, directed changes and constructive changes. So what is the difference? Ada siapa-siapa nak try? What is the directed changes and constructive changes? Kalau tengok daripada, I akan bagi a simple understanding. Okay, rather than you read this one. Okay, directed changes usually, okay, like this. The client have the rights to give any changes. Macam I cakap tadi, pool. Okay, tiba-tiba dia design before tak ada pool. Okay, dia nak ada pool. Okay, that is the directed changes. Kalau constructive changes, example is macam yang I cakap dash highway tadi. Okay, mula-mula dah buat. Okay, they dah construct and then suddenly errors, then they have to demolish and have to do changes, betul? Kena tukar daripada yang conventional tu kepada prefabricate and also steel beam and steel column. So this one they are totally not cast in situ. They already like tukar balik. Okay, so constructive mean if any happen failure and they have to redo. That is a constructive changes. Kalau directed changes, tak ada apa-apa failure. The client boleh ask direct to do any other changes. For example, like dia belum buat lagi patutnya kena painting, tapi dia kata dia nak guna orang kata apa tu, fasad. So dia tukar, dia just direct without any failure. Okay, kalau yang constructive dah ada berlaku failure, dia kena redo balik, ada changes lain, that one constructive changes. Clear And what is the normal change order and also emergency change order? Normal change order is in any condition like we discussed just now, error in the contract document, the site condition different, and also the request from the client, okay, or any regulatory changes, and then the material changes, Okay, that is a normal change order. But the emergency change order happen when there is a disaster. For example, dekat Malaysia ni ada landslide and also flood. Okay, easy to be affected. Okay, easy for the site, construction site being affected with this disaster. So this is an emergency change order. If the site be disrupt, okay, by this disaster, of course you have to redo again, and there is another change order and can incur cost and also delay the project. Okay, clear alright. And then the contract change order boleh jadi verbal form. Boleh ke? Dia tak perlu written tapi dia by verbal. Bila by verbal ni biasanya take a risk and also usually for the work that there is no cost involved. Okay, for example, macam construction site kan ada kena buat layout kan. Layout site layout, okay. Untuk keluar masuk lori whatever tu, keluar masuk site, okay. Ingress and egress dia panggil. Okay, so sometimes construction project dapat complaint from the public. Okay, so the client asks the contractor to remove or to change the layout, to change the laluan keluar masuk to the other side. So this one they can just ask verbally without asking by written. Okay, sometimes the contractor ni degil and they won't do that without any letters. Even though this one tak ada melibatkan cost pun, dia kena buat juga, doesn't matter pun. But then they have to do written, but they can ask verbally for this kind of cases. Okay, faham So what is the difference between CM and CO? The contract modification and contract or change order is a CM is a contract modification is the prepared by contract administrator, and also the contract officer sign the contract and any written changes. But CO, they usually the consultant because they are more technical, okay, and usually the consultant have the rights, okay, for this assignment or instruction change order to the contractor, and also either written or oral. Okay, this is a different. Okay, so question class, this is a recap for the previous the topic about. Okay, so any questions before we ended the class? So I need 2 questions. Okay, so if you ask faster, we can end the class faster. Hurry up. Any questions? It doesn't matter. It's not related about the topic also. It's okay. I hope that everyone understand and take note whatever I already highlighted. Okay. All right. Question class.
Doctor, can I ask
Yes.
a question? Previously you said that client can terminate the contract
Yes.
even when the contractor perform really well.
Yes.
So how about the contractor side? What would they do? What would they able to do to like claim back their rights?
Okay. All right. Good questions. Okay. Alright. Like I said tadi, okay. Sebab tu, masa dia receive the contract document, there is a clause about termination. Actually, the contractor pun aware about it. Dia tahu at any time, the contract can be terminated. Even though there is no issues, there is no problem. Okay, contractor dah aware. Okay, so whatever they already agreed, contoh dia dah bagi bond performance whatever, deposit whatever kan. So then we get it. Okay, the client will have to fulfill everything they already agreed. Okay, so there is no harm also because as they already settle for everything. Of course, if the client said, okay, there is no longer a project running, okay, they stop, okay, terminate this project. So whatever that the client, the contractor already spent, okay, of course the client will be responsible. Okay, that one is already stated also in the contract. Okay.
Doctor, I have another question.
Okay.
If between the previous main contractor and also the client itself, they are going to like arbitration or litigation. the project would stop, or can the client find another main contractor in between the process of arbitration or litigation to make sure that the
Oh,
project is
okay,
ongoing?
okay. I understand. You mean that there is a case, right? So, for example, there is an issue, and then the client want to terminate the contractor, right? And it takes time, right? For sure. For sure, the process is very long if you are involved with the formal dispute resolution. Okay, good question. Okay, so in this case, the client have the rights to appoint, okay, the other contractor, okay, because the termination can be within 24 hours. The termination is already valid. Okay, so for sure, if there is an issue and then they want to terminate, and then they proceed lah about the resolution too, the dispute afterwards. Okay, but the client have the rights to reappoint the new contractor in the between. No problem. There is a right. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor.
All right. Okay. Good. Any other questions? I hope that everyone understand, and this will be we will have another class, I think, next week before I fly. Okay, so I think we will meet again next week the same hours, okay, at 8 a.m. So if you have any question or what, please just WhatsApp. Okay, please inform me through WhatsApp. Okay, and if there is no more questions, then we can end the class now early. Is it okay? Everyone okay or not?
Okay, Doctor.
All right. Okay, so thank you very much. See you guys again next week. Okay, please take your attendance and submit your project report. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.